Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You. Oh yeah, there you go. All right, I
Hey,
see
hold
you
on,
now.
hold on. All right, let me know if you can hear me. What's going on, Sculpture? Hey, Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool, cool. Man, it feel like I ain't been on here forever, bro. So
No, I ain't
yeah,
never
let's
did
let's
one of
just
these.
let's talk about like how would you start if you had to start out defining toxic behavior, whether it's in relationships, friendships. Like, how would you start out defining that?
Toxicity. I think at a root is lack of introspect. Like if you can't look at yourself, but you got all this super introspective opinions about this, that, the outer world, this person, that person, but you have no true opinion about how you are, how you act, how you present yourself. That's toxic. And I'm not even gonna throw the narcissistic word around. That's like
Yeah,
that's pish posh. You know what I mean?
yeah. So
If you
basically,
yeah, good.
it's not, would you sum it up by saying like toxicity is defined by self-centeredness?
It can be like that's. I think that's like if we make it a Venn diagram, that's a huge leg of it. That's a huge
Okay,
leg of it.
okay. Hey, how you doing? Who is that? You? I know I'm the G. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the stage. I think they dropped off. Yeah, but I think that's right. Like I think the selfishness also coupled with like the lack of awareness.
Most definitely. You can
You know, like
only
you
you got
kind of
you.
go ahead.
Some people have a skewed view, like they can only see so far, they can only see so much, they can only have so much depth.
Yeah. So let's talk about what it looks like in relationships at different stages. Like, what's some of the toxic things you've seen, like starting out relationships or starting out courting or dating?
You know what the funniest thing is nowadays is like when you why in a talking stage are we talking about like I don't know, maybe it's the term that we're calling it red and green flags. That's
Right.
that's that's like something funny to me because and I was just talking to somebody about this. It tells me it's like you either showing where you need to grow or where you haven't grown, or
Right.
not where you haven't grown, where you need to grow or where you're not willing to grow.
All right. So let's talk about like what, on the first date, red flag, green flag, whatever we're calling it. What would a red flag look like? A red flag that indicates a potential toxic relationship. What would that look like?
Overgeneralization.
Give me an
When
example.
somebody says because of their past experience, they say, "Oh, men do this," or they say, "Oh, women do this." Just because that one or that two women did it to you, or that one or the two men did it to you, all men do it.
Right. I agree. I agree, and that's something that I've tried to make it a point to kind of not overgenerate. There are some certain things that are unique to women, and certain things
Patterns
that
are
are unique
patterns,
to men,
right?
especially in our day
Pa-
and age. But
Patterns are patterns.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
But
you can't like cast out the fact of uniqueness. You know what I mean? People gonna be who they are. People gonna have their own upbringing, their own character, and so on and so forth.
okay, gotcha. Hey, what's going on, Kayla? What's your view on the topic? How would you start defining toxicity?
Hey, Urban.
What's
Uh,
up?
I'm good. I would say anything that is dangerous to your mental health would be toxic. I think basically
All
that's
right.
how I would define it.
All right. Would you agree, Redeem?
I just came in, Uncle.
Okay. How would you? Oh, that's Jaheim. What's going on? How would you define toxicity?
In what regards, relationship wise, I just popped in, Uncle, so I'm trying to read the panel before I say anything to
Oh,
be
Yeah,
that's fine. That's
wise.
fine. Hey, make sure y'all greet the Queen, Queen Bina down there.
what I
But
said.
Hey, Queen. I figured she changed her name because I thought it was Gina though. Like I
yeah,
wasn't sure,
yeah,
so I didn't
yeah,
want to say anything.
What I said.
But by the way, Uncle
Hey,
Marmar,
yeah. Just so you know, Kayla, I think ROB was about to join. This my brother on the top left. That's my baby brother. And that's my nephew down below him.
Oh, nice. I didn't know. I didn't know your brother was on
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah. I got some family on TikTok. But yeah, share the room, share the room. I want to get back to it though. Like anything that's detrimental to your mental health is the definition how you would start to define it. Now, what would that look like in a relationship?
that's deep right there.
Mm.
Illusion.
I think first of all, like because like the opinions of your partner would like largely define how you perceive a lot of things. So like anything that like I would say first of all like toxicity would involve physically abusive too. So whatever is detrimental to your either mental or physical health, I think I kind of didn't add physical, but like I kind of thought it was like narrowed down to mental though. But then that would be like I'll say mental abuse, like when someone is always like saying derogatory things to you. I think that would be toxic. Um when people believe in like fixing issues with like chaos, right? Some people cannot
Hmm.
resolve issues without drama.
Right.
I think that would be toxic too.
Now, when we
Um,
talk about yeah, hold on. Were you finished?
yeah, I was gonna say drama, but like I guess it's the same thing.
Now that is usually what I hear is that like anything that's drama filled, but is that based off of perception? For example, if I something really means something to me in a relationship personally, and I come to you about it, to you, if you perceive it as drama, does that make it toxic?
Well, it is very subjective. Um, it's there's no like blanket definition, so it would be like depending on what the person would perceive as toxic. Because, for instance, there's some people who they yell at each other, but like for them, it's not mentally derogatory. Like I mean, it doesn't. I would say it doesn't affect their mental health in any way. They're living like a totally good life, but they yell at each other, and I think that would be toxic for me. So it is really subjective to the partner that you have. So I don't think you
Okay, I
can have
got
like a
you.
blanket. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
could you
now, oh, go ahead, Jahim, you got it.
could you say that toxicity is from life experiences growing up? And you're like, if for example, if you grew up with your mom and dad arguing and everything too, you bring that into your relationship afterwards. Would that be toxicity and that aspect of bringing past trauma experiences to your relationship, and now you're putting that on your partner?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I all of that is true, and what I'm trying to get down to is to the specifics, so that we can in our daily lives identify the actual triggers, the behaviors, and how we respond to them, right? So saying like arguing, of course, everybody say, hey, a relationship that is defined by arguments is a toxic relationship. But when we talk about the subjectivity of it, we have to talk about what those arguments might be about, how those arguments are being had, who's the person that's inciting. Is there, is this something? Because some older couples, they'll yell and scream at each other, and that they love each other and they're not going anywhere. I grew up with such a couple, right? So that's why I say it's kind of relative and subjective, because some older couples have learned that, hey, this is just how we communicate at this stage, right? So have you had any situations that you could give where you said like, and I'm really starting with the beginning of relationships. We're not going to get too deep into the marriage aspect yet. I like to baby walk things, right? But when you're dating and courting, what are some of the things that's happened to you, like real life examples on first, second dates, maybe just at the beginning of the courting phase, where you saw toxic behavior? Do you have any anecdotals, any of you guys?
I would say like if you have a partner that's always like in competition with you, like there's like a silent competition in like a relationship, right? How someone that's always trying to outdo you, I think that is very toxic. Or someone who's always downplaying the things that you do.
Yeah, give
That
me
is
a, give
also
me an
something that could be
example.
really,
Give me an example that
for
you've
instance,
experienced.
I would say for instance, if I maybe you have a partner that you're dating someone and you guys have like work in the same field, or you say something like, maybe you can come home and be like, oh, I had a really stressful day, and you want to talk about it, and then he's like, oh yeah, I had a more stressful day. Like everything is always a competition. Like it's never just like listening to you. It's like always trying to outdo you. I think people really don't pay attention to those things because it's a really huge deal. For me, it's really disturbing when people don't
Got you.
really listen
Got
to
you.
you, but like always wanna one up your issues or
Yeah,
whatever it
always
is.
being disagreeable. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I think I would put that in a category as well as something that defines toxicity. Gina, did you want to respond as well?
I was just going to kind of elaborate on what Kayla was saying. Just that I had an ex who would do the same thing that she was saying. Like every time I would bring something up that was like, I don't know, accomplishment for me, he was like, no, I don't think you would like that. I don't think you would do that. Like it might be too hard and try to like discourage me, I guess. And so I feel like that would be toxic as well.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree.
That's that crabs in the barrel.
You said what?
I said that's that crabs in the barrel. People trying to see you reach for
Yeah,
your greatness. They got to pull at your coattails.
and there's a psychology behind that, and a lot of men will do that because they fear the woman actually getting to a point where he doesn't think she needs him anymore, right? And we were just talking about a situation where a woman, she had ended up getting a promotion on her job, started getting paid more than the guy, and her behavior towards him changed. And a lot of guys do fear that, but you have to trust that you have a woman that's solid, right? And you got to be willing to uplift her, promote whatever she wants to do, even if that means you putting, some things you want to do on hold, right? But the competition aspect, I think that is a very defining factor in toxic relationships. You'll see it. Sometimes they can't even hide it.
And also too, being codependent in a relationship is very dangerous too.
What's codependent?
Codependency, like I mean
Hmm.
that aspect of leaning on that. So basically pouring into somebody else, fully into somebody else, and not make sure mindful of your behavior, how you feel, how you're doing mentally or physically. Putting your emotions aside and drain and feel like you're obligated to help people.
Hmm.
Put into them more and more and more, and not take care of your own business. How you and not take care of your responsibilities, but make sure they're okay. And then when you're messed up, you throw a whole little pity party or something like that at that aspect.
So basically, you're saying you pretty much take care of everybody else. You're paying attention to everybody else's feelings and you put yours aside, right, and never really get around to dealing with them or letting people know how you feel.
There's a problem when you feel like it's a problem when you're going through something. You can't lean nobody else. You've been important to somebody else, but when you need something, nobody shows up for you, kind of thing. So you don't set time for your own mental state, and you rely on everybody else to make sure your mental state's okay, but you're not taking care of
Now,
yourself.
hey, what's going on, RLB? You there? My bad, brother. I haven't even greeted you yet.
Shalom there, brother. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, man. I had my head down for a while. How you doing?
Oh, just taking it easy, just riding around, and hey, Kayla and everyone. I ain't heard from you in a minute, and I just just listen to y'all. I kind of can relate a little bit to it because I was I was dating this woman, and we wasn't getting along good. So I said, listen, you need to go and get your own place. So I just built a new house so at that time, and she keeps showing me. I don't know why she was doing it, but she was kept showing me pictures of. She was she was trying to say that houses that she was looking to rent was a new house. Not that it made me in it wasn't in none of my business, but she brought it to my business like, well, you see these pictures? Yes, I'm gonna go rent this house. This is a brand new house. But I'm looking at the
Right.
house picture. It's not a brand new house because there's certain things I can look and tell of a brand new house. And I would say, hey, okay, that's a nice house, but it's not a brand new house. That's a used house. And she would say, yes, it is. This is a brand new house. I say, I can look at it, the bathroom. It's been remodeled. It's certain things that I just know just by looking at houses. Because I looked at a lot of houses. I was going to get a used house, and a used house was just as much as me having a brand new house built. So I know what to look for. So it's like she was in a competition with me saying, well, well, if you don't want me and you don't want me to live with you, you got a new house. I just go get me a new house. And it wasn't even about that. It was about that she was just do stupid things like some type of, I don't know what you call it, some kind of witchcraft or some kind of trash that she was doing around the house. So that made me fall out with her because I don't deal in that type of stuff. So that was the whole
Yes.
thing.
So you addressed an issue basically that was reasonable. And you sound like you were kind of like trying to look out for everybody. Like, I know a little bit more about this, and she turned it into, oh, if you don't want to get a house with me. So she went to the extreme. Not that, hey, maybe we need to look for another one. She went to the extreme that you were implying you didn't want to get a house with her.
Well, not exactly like that. I didn't want to be with her. I already,
Oh, okay, okay.
yes, I didn't want to be with her because she was practicing, like I say, she was practicing. Let me give you some more contact.
Okay,
Okay, when
okay.
when she say when she was growing up before I met her, she said she was growing up. Her mother used to when she was going to school, she had a problem with a kid in school or something. She said her mother would take the kid name and put it in the deep freezer, and the kid would leave her alone. I say that ain't had nothing to do with it. When you're in school, you may get in an argument today, and next week y'all okay. And she said her mother would also, when she was in high school, whatever, her mother would take her panties and put it in the freezer to stop her from getting pregnant while she was in school. I say that doesn't make any sense.
Good Lord.
Now it's starting to unfold now. See,
Oh yeah, she has some real psychological issues then, like serious ones.
yeah. Now you're seeing the pieces of the puzzle starting to come together. So then, I say, put your panties in the freezer. You don't get pregnant. It doesn't. I was joking with her. I said, did you ever feel cold some days? With your panties in the freezer, you ever feel like it's always winter time? And so one day she was on the phone. I don't know, was she talking with a coworker I mean, was she talking? I know she was talking with a friend on the phone, but I don't know. Was it the coworker was having problem with another coworker, or was the coworker having? Well, her friend was having problem with the boss woman. One of the two that I was listening to one day. I was on the computer and watching TV, and I could hear because she liked to talk loud. But it was one of the two situations, and she was saying, "Well, girl, what's her name?" She comes by the computer and she gets the paper and she writes the woman's name on the piece of paper and she scribbled it out. She
Wow.
said,
So basically, this woman, she was basically carrying over traditions that her mother taught her by putting her pennies in the freezer. First, I want to know, have any of y'all ever heard anything like that before on the stage?
No.
I mean, I heard you hot in the pants, man, but like that hot where you got to put the panties in the freezer?
"Yeah, that's what she said. That stopped her from getting pregnant, right?"
She
So,
got a she got an
so
icebox
Oh, because it
reproductive.
frees her eggs. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I know it does not make sense. No, Urban, don't you say that makes sense. Don't you say that
Don't
makes
try and
sense.
justify that. Please don't justify that. Please don't. Please
No,
don't.
no, don't
Please
say that
don't.
makes sense.
Don't. Please don't justify that.
Oh
That don't
man,
make
this is
no
crazy
sense.
work, man.
That don't make no sense.
Caught me off guard right there.
Yeah. So now it only gonna get worse. Okay. So then she gets this friend on the phone, and the friend is telling her the problem that she's having at work. And she writes the woman's name and she scribbles out. She said, "No, just tell me her name and spell it exactly the way how she spelled her name." And she wrote on the paper and she ripped the paper. At that time, I had a deep freezer, right? And she goes in the bike in the pantry or whatever you call it, and she's scrumming some stuff around. She shut the door up, but she didn't close the door all the way. I could see what she's doing through the crack of the door, and she's scrumming it through the deep freezer, and she puts it in the deep freezer, and she shuts it up, and she comes back and she's talking on the phone. I doesn't say nothing. I might like I didn't see it, right? I'm just and when she hangs up the phone, and I say, "Listen," I say, uh, don't be doing that. Which I don't know what was that you was doing. Look like some kind of witchcraft trash or something. And I heard what you were saying about the woman, about your friend. How do you know that your friend is not the troublemaker? How do you know that your friend is not causing trouble with the coworker,
That's a
whoever the
good
person is?
question. That's a
How do
good
you?
question.
Yes, you didn't get the other side of the story. You only got your friend's side. How do you know the other person may say your friend is causing problem? And then she's gonna try to say something about, well, she said something. She said something about Jesus or something like that. She said, I said, first of all, Jesus said, pray for your enemies, not cast a spell on them, you idiot. He never said go and cast a spell on your enemies. You know,
Yeah, R&B.
you
Yeah,
say
we
pray
crying,
for
but
your
yeah.
enemies. This is how I talk on TikTok. I talk like this in real life.
Nah,
Let
you
you know.
good, man. You good.
Yeah, this is not a put on, right? I said, you idiot. Jesus never say cast a spell on your enemies, right? So fast forward. So one day, one of my ex came by the house, right? And I wouldn't answer the phone because I saw she just kept calling me, and she decided to just bold and just come by the house, right? I don't know if she thought I was living by myself or whatever. So she came by the house, and so happened they crossed paths, right? They crossed paths because you see her knocking on the door. And she thinking that I told her to come by the house. Why would I tell my ex to come by the house? That makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, so about a week after that passed, or that weekend, I know she's on the phone talking with her mother about, oh, well, his ex girlfriend, yada 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 yada. She came by the house, banging on the door, yada yada. And I told him, oh, why don't he? And I told her, you better not open the door. I said, you open the door. She's on the other side of the door, and you was on this side of the door. Unless you want to be on the other side of the door with her, you better not open that door like that, right? So she told me, well, why don't you go outside? Listen, I didn't tell her to come here, and I ain't going outside to talk with her. Let her eventually she's gonna leave. So,
How long did this relationship last, RB?
oh, it didn't last too long.
Okay, okay.
we
All
could
right.
it
So
lasted
we can
maybe
definitely I think we can
less
definitely conclude that witchcraft in any form in a relationship will be considered toxic, right? Anybody disagree?
definite. It's definitely toxic. So so
My wife
so
just reminded me of something. Are you familiar with the whole period blood and the spaghetti thing?
I heard of that. Don't let no woman cook nothing red when it's that time of the month when the flowers on. I heard of that. I don't know what all that means, but I
You heard
heard
of
of
that, Caleb?
that. Uh,
It might be an
Caleb.
American thing.
Yeah, I heard of something like that. I
I
think
think I
Caleb.
think it might also come from you, Africans too.
Uh,
Yeah. So she had okay, after that happened, she was on the porch. She had a broom, like she was sweeping the porch off or something. And you could hear somebody talking. I thought she was talking to a neighbor or something. But when I opened the door, it was no one standing there with her. But I looked at the floor. She had this plate. The paper plate looked like some salt and pepper, sugar and salt was mixing together. It was spread, but it was mixed. And she was saying some words. And she had a broom in her hand. And when I opened the door, I thought she was talking to somebody, but I never heard nobody respond. And I opened her, I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Nothing." I said, "Yes, she is. I heard you out there talking to somebody or something."
yes, you.
Yes,
Gotcha.
you is. I snatched the door open in the midst, and I looked at the floor. She had this plate, and I took the plate out by the street, and I threw it away. I rebuked you in the name of Jesus. Right, this right, and she did something with her hand at me. She did like a sign with her hand or something. And I said, "Listen, I told you don't be doing
Hey,
that witchcraft crap."
was this a black woman?
She was a Haitian. She's from Haiti. She's a Haitian.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they got
and
reputation.
yeah, she was a Haitian American. I think she originally was. I managed she came from Texas, but she was originally from down by Fort Myers, down that way. That's where she
Okay.
was.
Yeah.
People
Are
from
you
that's what.
married now, RLB?
No, I ain't married. No, no.
You plan on getting married?
Oh man, these woman's hands, boy, look, there must be something in the water or something, because these jokers hands crazier than a bed bug. These are crazy women's now, boy.
Yeah.
this,
Slim pickings.
yeah, I try to just stay by myself now. All my kids grown, and I just try to just lay low for a while, to
Yeah.
their
Till the
to that
storm pass
time.
over.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm hearing that more and more from people who either never been married or not married. They're like, it's not worth it. Trying to. I don't know. Like you said, it's something in the air and the water now, and it's almost like it's a spiritual darkness over
yeah,
like relationships in particular.
trust me. You see how they come up on this app? They like that in real
Hmm.
life.
Yep,
They
it's
like that
crazy.
in real life. Don't think they're putting on.
Hey, RB, how long was your longest relationship you had?
The longest relationship I ever had was like 7 years. And when I met her, she was pregnant with a little girl, and she was going through some. Yes, she was going through some things. We met at a traffic light. I didn't know she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So she was in the car.
She looked like she wanted a Debbie cake, and I got it
Yeah,
for her.
yeah, yeah. I didn't know she was pregnant. So I
Hold
couldn't
on,
see
so
that part.
hold on. So I'm a visual guy. So you pull up at a stoplight, you look over, you like, dang, she glowing. Or
Uh-huh.
you. So what happened? You asked her for a number at the stoplight?
Yeah, we exchanged numbers coordinated. You know, the traffic light, you only got a few minutes. Most traffic lights
Yeah,
only last a few minutes. So she was in the car. I couldn't see all the stumbling and stuff.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and you say, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I figured if you saw it right away, you probably wouldn't have shot your shot.
You say, I hope this wasn't at a grocery store. She
Yeah,
was pushing a
you was at the
cart.
doctor's. You was at the doctor's office. You was at the clinic just picking up pregnant women.
No, it wasn't in a grocery store. She wasn't pushing a cart.
Oh
I
man,
would have saw the
yeah.
stomach and would have went another way and said, "Wow, that's just a pretty pregnant woman," or
So
something like
how'd you
that.
feel though? How long were y'all talking before she told you she was pregnant?
Well, it was obvious that she didn't have to tell me. I could see the stomach. She was up in months. I'm
Oh,
saying she
okay.
had to be at least 5 or 6 months
So
at
what
least.
was it like though? What was because there had to be like a breaking of the ice moment where y'all show up and you just looking at the stomach, she looking at you. Like who said something first?
Well, we really stayed telephone buddies for a while because
Okay.
I was just what you call quote unquote. I was just freestyling. I
Right.
wasn't locked in to no relationship. So it's just free. I don't know what word you use. I
Right.
just say freestyling. So I just sit back and wait on till she finished what she finished. That was the agreement because if I know a woman dating somebody, I don't interfere. So I
Okay.
kept my
Okay.
distance. When that was over, then that's when we started because her baby daddy started a relationship with somebody else. And
Right.
then, so they went their separate ways. And that's when we started. And the daughter took me as her daddy at that
Yeah.
time. And so we grew close, but we used to. This is when I was in the world and so forth. And she used to do a lot of drinking. So
Right.
when when God changed my life, I stepped from that life and from to the other part of the life. I kind of like we was in two separate worlds, and
Uh,
yeah, she was
all right.
still.
So let's put a pin. I want to talk about that point, but prior to that point, what were the keys to the relationship working? Was it the child, the connection with the child, or what were the good things that kept y'all together that long?
We got along like two peas in a pot because we was both in the world. We was both. I was never a heavy drinker, but we were both in the party world. And when I started going to church, she was still doing that. And she used to tell me, Rob, I like that you better before you start going to church. That's what she used to tell me. Because we'd have a lot of fun time together. One thing about when you're in sin is fun. It was for me. I'm just keeping it real.
Right.
Sin is
Yeah,
fun.
I
It's
got you.
easy to do. Yeah, it's easy to do. There's no second thoughts about it. There's no repercussion about it.
Yeah, it's
Even
become your natural course of life. It's just what you become used to, and learning how to get away with it.
correct. Even when I had problem with in the days, I remember this one day. I used to have this car with a bunch of music in it, right? So I was very known in my town in Tampa. So I
Hmm.
had AKA street name. So they knew me by that. But we used to meet at this park on Sunday called the Riverfront Park. But these guys from the other side of town, I guess they didn't like me for some reason. You always have some haters, right? That goes along with the that goes along, with the plan. I remember one
Right.
night I was at my little apartment. My mother was there. I'm gonna show you when you're in the world. Now, I can see how crazy young people be because I was like that too. And you say, well,
Hmm.
why would they do that? Let me tell you what I did. Let me show you how crazy I was, right? I had my car parked there. My mother was there. I had this little efficiency pop man. She was there talking with me. It was at night. You know,
Hey,
just got.
one second, RLB. 1 second before you
Mhm.
hit that story. Hey, I just wanted to greet the brother Jada Smoke coming on the stage. What's going on with you, bro?
Oh yeah, Jay the smoke. What's going on, smoke? Sure, he's not looking for no smoke.
Yeah, I'm good, man. This app been like glitching for me. Is the app working well for y'all?
Yeah, it seemed to be good. You might want to check your internet.
Yeah, it might be my service. I'm in
Yeah, some.
Mass.
Oh no, no, that was me. What you say, Jay?
Nah, I was trying to make sure that my service is good because the first time I came in here, I only saw one person on stage and I couldn't even see like the request button and
Oh,
the mute button and all that. So I think my app was messing up. But I'm cool. What's good with y'all?
oh, okay.
What's going on there?
We
Shalom,
good,
there,
man. We
brother.
good.
We,
Yeah, we
we,
just getting this thing popping off, man. We're gonna try to have this once or twice a month to start out, man, and get to a weekly, conversation. We're able to, share with each other about real life situations going through, and apply some of the stuff that we be talking about spiritually to our
Thank God,
relationships
man.
and
Something different than a
friendships.
damn debate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
uncle.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, uncle.
Hey, Jaheim.
My
The
bad.
rule while you're on my stage is you're not allowed to call me uncle.
Mhm.
That's your nephew for real?
Yeah, that's
Ah,
my nephew.
Ramon. My bad.
I'm gonna smack this boy.
well,
What's up, Jaheim? What you got,
well,
man?
What should
well,
I call
my,
you respectfully on here, sir?
Now you can call me Urban or Ramon. It's fine.
Okay.
But
Yeah, so
well,
I
I
have
don't
a
go ahead,
mind.
go
I
ahead.
have a my bad.
I don't mind y'all calling me granddaddy. It don't mind. So,
All right.
so, 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 so let me
Hold on, hold
tell
on,
you
hold on, hold
what.
on, hold on, hold on. I
Okay,
wanted to see if I think he was trying to ask a question. Jaheim, was you trying to ask something?
Yeah, I was.
what's that?
It's off the
Go ahead, go ahead.
subject of the actual. It's actually off the subject, actually, the actual topic. But my question is like, how to get over the stigma of a black man aspect of being a father, like not showing up in their kid's life and being the
Well, that's
aspect of
not.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not off topic. I think that that's part of what we're dealing with, especially as black men dealing with toxic mindsets, both coming from each other and from society. But you get over the stigma by proving them wrong. See,
Like I'm
I know
saying,
that. What's that?
like my I haven't seen my daughter's. I haven't seen my daughter next month. I haven't seen my daughter for a year. My baby girl for a year. So a lot of that stuff, people ask me, "Oh, where's your baby at?" And now I'm like, "Oh, she's not in my life right now." They're like, "Oh, you're a deadbeat father, right?" And that kind of hits me deep as a black man, especially the black man growing up in my family I grew up in.
Well, it depends. It depends on the reasons you're not seeing the child, right? Like people throw around
Right,
deadbeat, not knowing everybody's situation. Sometimes it's not possible for you to see the child because of the toxicity of the baby mother. Some
right,
men just are not willing to go through that kind of stuff because they realize it'll do more damage than good. And in other situations, you really do have deadbeat guys who shirk their responsibilities. They don't,
right.
they want to have all the pleasures of, relationships, but don't want the responsibilities. So it would depend on your specific situation. If you're just going about your life and you're taking advantage of not having a child, saying I can live a single life and do me while, a baby mom take care of the child, yeah, you're a deadbeat. Whether you're my cousin, nephew, if it was my daddy, I'd tell him you're a deadbeat.
Right. And that aspect too is like when I went to court, I'm not going to go into this whole thing with this, but I went to court. It was a very racial situation. They didn't know who I was. They just assumed as a black man I can't provide.
Okay,
So that
let me
was
let
kind
me
of
hear let me hear what Jay. Jay, what you got to say on that, bro?
Yeah, I agree 1,000% with you. I've seen both sides of the coin. I got brothers who are really deadbeats, but the vast majority of my friends who aren't aren't having the best relationship with their baby moms. Normally, it's the baby moms that create the circumstances that keep the father away from the child. So yeah, you'll just have to like get into the details. I wouldn't really, if I was your nephew, or what's the brother name? 'Cause you said you didn't want me to call
Jaheim,
you.
Jaheim.
Yeah, Jaheim, I
Jaheim.
really wouldn't look at the blanket in term of a deadbeat and apply that to myself. If you know you're a father that's willing to be there, but because of the system and the baby moms is keeping you away from the child, I wouldn't see it that way. I would look at my intentions and what's preventing me from carrying out those intentions.
Right.
Yeah, and file a motion with the court to give you visitation rights. Because if you doing what you're supposed to be doing, maybe you and the mother y'all oil and water. That happens a lot. So if y'all oil and water, you can file a petition with the court, and the court gonna make her give you visitation rights, whether she want to or not. If you doing and they got record, or you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you can show you're not a deadbeat, then they're gonna grant your motion to for visitation. Where you can take the child on weekends and on holidays, and if you might even split half of the school when the school break, if it's 3 months, whatever it is, you might keep the kid for a month and a half. She keep the kid for a month and a half, and y'all rotate main holidays. You have it.
Yeah,
First
they'll
month,
let you
yeah, yeah, they're
guys
gonna do
negotiate
that.
and sit down and make a deal. But hey, one
Yeah.
second,
Hmm.
Queen, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, Jaheim, I was just gonna say, change what you can change and whatever you can't, don't stress over it. But what RLB, I think that's his name, what he was saying is true, but also understand that when you do go to court, you will have to do the financial aspect of it too. So don't just think you're gonna just get the visitation. They will try to place you on child support, if you can't prove that you've been providing this whole time. So just take that into mind when you do, or if you do, take it to court.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
ma'am.
wise.
The aspect of that is too. She tried to put me to be. Sorry, my bad. She tried to put me on child support by paying for stuff my daughter with receipts. And when she went to file for child support, they denied her because I was providing for my daughter. She was using the money and stuff I was buying for my daughter for drugs instead of using it
Yeah.
for my actual daughter.
So back to your original question. How do you shake this title? Like me personally, I don't try to shake or avoid anything that's not in my way. Like you have to go out of your way to avoid that title if that's not you. When people call me certain things, like, well, Jay knows. Since I've been on Clubhouse and TikTok, people call me heretic, call me this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm that. I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I allow you to define me when I've already defined it? You call me a heretic, which means that I go against the grain, go against orthodoxy. I agree with that before you called me that. Right? Now, if you call me BAN, depending on the circumstance, like I might let it go, or I might ask you, hey, what you mean by that? Right? But I don't ever just let somebody project onto me whatever their ideas of what a deadbeat, or like we talk about toxic masculinity. How many men are being called toxic because they're just sharing what men are thinking? It's toxic because a man says, hey, I have these standards, I don't like this, this, and this. That doesn't mean that we have to try to shake that. No, just keep it a buck. Be authentic at all times. ROB?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
deep, man. I think. Go ahead, Rob. And then I'll go right after you.
Go ahead, Jay. I'm just you know I got a lot of stories to tell. I'm granddaddy. I can have y'all tied up here for some hours. But the answer, the also I heard the brother say that he's doing these things outside of the court. It's gonna come to a day and time when the child get older. You're gonna have to have some type of consistent where the child can look forward to seeing her daddy. I would
Right.
say you put yourself, well, you can think about it. If it, you can keep trying with the mother. If y'all keep being oil and water at each other, and you don't want to go backwards and forward, and just put yourself on child support, and then file a complaint with the court for visitation rights, and you're gonna have documentations to show. Then you're trying to do it outside. You can do it outside the court, if y'all together. I mean, if y'all touch and agree. But if y'all don't touch and agree, it's gonna be oil and
Yeah,
water.
it's
In the
gonna be.
minute,
Yep.
yes, the minute when she think you don't do what she want you to do, or sometimes her new mate would tell her, I don't want him coming around. I don't want him seeing his daughter and him and her get into it. And they think, you know why you can't see your daughter, because you can't see your child because you don't know what's going on behind the curtains. So to eliminate all that, it does not, you ain't concerned about it only, you only concerned about your child. So if you run it through
Yeah.
court, you see what I'm saying? You're gonna
Yeah.
have
I want to.
documentation.
I want to ask this question because you definitely can get counsel on what to do going forward, but I'm concerned whether or not the things that led to the situation, if we've learned from them, right? Like, so, have you done like an after action review and look back and say, man, I got into this situation because I ignored such and such, and if so, what were those things?
That's a great question. I was
That's
thinking
deep.
along those lines.
That's deep.
See, I can share an example for me in my first marriage that I was 19 actually, and because I was in a foreign country and I was a young soldier running around wild, I just wanted to be with someone, right? And that was stemming from trauma, right? The wanting to feel a part of something and some kind of like group or something. It was stemming from trauma. I don't have to tell you how we were raised in Ohio, Jaheim. You already know. But a lot of times we overlook things and accept things in relationships because we want the ideal so bad. The thing that we didn't have, we want it so bad that we're willing to, as you said earlier, like trauma bond and become codependent, right? And sometimes, you know what keeps people in toxic relationships? A child. A child will make people stay in a relationship where they're destroying one another and destroying the child at the same time. So that's why I always want people to, after you come out of something, always reflect, because if you're just going to go back into the same cycle, you just wasted that much time of your life. You didn't learn a damn thing.
That is deep. And I was sitting here thinking too is me and her having a baby together was a get back towards her ex. They got back together. It was me and her was a get back to her ex to have a baby. So it would never really be based on love. I thought it was love, but it wasn't. It was a get back.
Right.
Revenge. And that
So
was
so
deep.
she was trying
So
to get revenge against her ex,
yes, and they got back
and
together.
then
They
and
got back,
after,
back together. She told
uh,
him that was his baby.
uh,
But the baby came out black. The dude's white. So how is that?
Oh my god.
My
Jaheim,
me, the
bro.
mother's white and I'm
So
black.
so so the lesson. So one of the lessons we learned is do not be the rebound guy, right? Right?
Yeah, that's called taking it to the hoop. A three
Yeah. Let's
pointer
just
from the
let yeah.
outside.
Let's just cut to the chase. You was in a
Mm.
situation. You fell for the what do they call it, the damsel in distress. She probably told you how bad he was, how abusive,
And you
and you
said
said,
I
"I
could
can
treat you
treat you
better.
better."
No, I didn't know none of that. No, I didn't know none of that. No, none of that at all. I didn't know nothing about him at all actively. Like it was like we were both on a mindset of doing something together, and later on I found out I was revenge.
So she never let you.
She didn't tell
Dang,
me
that's worse.
nothing.
Yeah,
Dang. So
She
so
pulled
you.
so in,
she pulled that string
okay,
like I'm
so
cold.
okay, so
Let's
let me
go.
ask you. Let me ask you, in the courting stage, when you're first talking, did you ask her about her previous relationships?
We were one night stand.
Damn.
Sidekick. He's just
Oh
a
my
sidekick.
god.
Yeah, he's just a.
One night
Yeah,
stand, have
you
baby.
probably should lead. Look, this is what I'm gonna start telling people, man. Y'all come on these relationships. You
Yes.
better lead with that stuff next time, because I'm gonna eat you alive if you make me do all this work and
That's
you
a
be like,
fact.
"Oh, by the way, it was a drunken night in the stall." I'm gonna be so upset if I've been trying to talk to you like you've been in a girlfriend boyfriend relationship. So basically, you had
Crazy.
Jay. This look, man.
This is wild, man.
All right, so girl was mad at dude. She said, "I'm gonna go get me some," and she slipped up and got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
By a
Right?
black dude. Don't leave that out. Why a black
Yes,
dude,
by a
bro?
black dude. And the thing
This
is,
is
Yeah.
too,
wild.
also,
By a big black dude.
Mm.
but also thing is too. The thing is too. Her ex is white. She's white. The judge is white.
So
So
what
when
else
she
have
get
we
like,
learned? Do not be the rebound for white girls.
oh my gosh.
I think what he should learn was
No, but
wrap
the
it up
worst
and
thing
stick
is
with
too.
you.
When I saw a picture of my
That's a good
daughter,
one.
I
Wait,
see this
wait,
white
wait.
baby is mad.
Hold on, Jaheim.
Um,
Gina was trying to say something too. A very good after action lesson.
I said I think what you should learn was wrap it up because that could have all been avoided.
wrap it up. Keep a raincoat. His case sound like one of them nephew Tommy prank calls.
Boy, I'm happy he
Nah, hey,
Ramon. Hey, Ramon,
I
I'm
can't
happy
be
he telling
mad
this on
about what
TikTok and
I
not
can't get mad what
Clubhouse,
Gina
man.
said.
I know.
Imagine this in a
I can't be
Israelite
mad about it. Argue
platform.
about the one. I can't be
My
mad.
God.
Yeah, I mean, you can't because it's wise in various different ways, right?
It is.
Especially with those people. Like I ain't gonna hold you. They just different. They live different. Like the oh, go ahead, babe.
I was just gonna. I was just gonna ask if you know anything about her. Were you her first black dude? Because that makes a difference too.
Yes. And I'm the first person she had a child with too. She has one
Oh
baby by
Lord. So what
herself.
we learn?
Yeah.
Don't be a white girl's first black dude.
But
Nah,
the
you
crazy
need to
thing
find
is
your kid though,
too.
because these white
The
people be
crazy
going
thing is
crazy.
too.
They
Me and her
be
are cool now.
not
Before
really
she went to
like them.
prison, we're cool.
She in prison?
She in prison now. She been in prison for the
So what is your
last.
child?
The prison. The child was the best friend.
You have rights. Go get your child.
So what's
The best
stopping you from
friend
going to
has
get the
hired a
child?
lawyer.
Did your rights get taken away?
Did you sign a birth certificate?
Yes, I'm on the birth certificate.
Oh, that's your
Yeah,
child,
you have
man.
rights. Go get your child. You need to go get your child.
They
Oh,
want me to go to court and everything like that and file.
They can't.
She
Who's gonna take you to court? The best friend? She has no standing in court.
has full
she got
custody
no
of my daughter.
rights.
How did she get
Ramon,
full custody of your
Without
daughter
you
without you
signing
signing over rights?
I was there for custody court.
So you signed over your rights.
I didn't sign nothing, but it was a whole big thing.
They don't do it like that. They don't do
Yeah,
it like
something
that.
ain't adding up.
Something they had no. It's something in the milk you ain't telling
Okay,
us.
so what happened
That's why you
was
don't be playing around in the milk. But go ahead.
so what happened was there was a so what happened was she got pregnant. We didn't talk for a couple months. I did not know she was pregnant. So then paper got sent to me for paternity test to be done. Didn't receive it. I done moved already. So I missed the first court hearing. So struck against me already. Later on, found out that I have a child by this girl. Did not know she was pregnant. 2 months. She was 2 months. My daughter was 2 months when I met her the first time. And I met my daughter, blah, blah. And the mother was already deep into addiction already with her alcoholism. So the courts already looking about taking my daughter from her already. But I wasn't really seeing the point.
Nah, see, the state took her. When they sent you the paper for the DNA, you couldn't prove it was your child.
I did.
You
I had to go. I go. I did go. And actually, I missed the first court hearing, but I did go.
So my question is, in the subsequent court hearings, what was the conversation as far as you in custody?
The judge wanted me to have a support system to prove that I will support a child.
Okay, so the judge determined that both you and the mom were not fit.
The judge never asked me no questions about my housing, my education, or nothing. He assumed. He knew who I was. He assumed.
Did you provide that information?
I did not know. I was not educated enough to know that.
How old
At
were
that
you when
point.
this happened?
At that point. So when the judge asked me to have people show up to court for me, I asked people to show up. Nobody showed up. So the judge asked me where your people at. They said they weren't here. So the judge gave me my
family
paternity.
definitely ain't
The
showing
judge
up.
gave me my Miranda rights in court. That's
Your
not adding
Miranda
up.
rights.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't add up.
Hold on. Did they wait? This is family
Yes.
court, right? Family court.
Yes.
So you walked into
Yes.
family court and they read you your Miranda rights. What did they
Yes.
question you about?
Nothing, Uncle. That's
So
what I'm saying. I'm saying I was a black man, only black man, so he knew.
Man, hold on, bro. I don't think you know where you was at. You might have been in a different court. They don't,
No, I was juvenile courts. I was juvenile courts.
they don't read Miranda rights.
That's what I'm
unless they're taking
saying. They did that in court. That's what I'm saying. That was illegal. They did it 2 times.
What in the world is going on in those courts?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of this before.
They didn't think I was educated enough to know that Miranda was not supposed to be read in court.
What did
But
you say when they
hold on.
read them to you? What did you say?
I can say nothing. I stopped talking because I didn't know nothing.
He said they said I had a right to be silent.
So I shut the F up. Shoot.
They said, hey, they hoodwinked this man. They had him thinking he's in criminal court to take the kid away. They made you think you couldn't speak up for your child. And they look, you said they thought you was they played you dumber than they thought you was. Look, if they convinced you that in the place where the only place you can speak up for your child is you shouldn't, or you
that's
be
crazy.
like, come on, bro.
That's
like our
crazy,
family,
man.
look, our family grew up in the system. We know the system well enough to know what should go on and should not go on. So even now,
I was basically in fear, honestly, because a white judge, white mother, white best friend, only black man in the court. Period.
And the white
you
judge.
know what? But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, Jaheem. That ain't the cut. Look, never mind. We don't.
Mind me, uncle.
Look,
Mind me, uncle. I was raised by white people too. I was raised by white parents too. By the way.
I know you had to have been. Yeah.
Yeah, I was raised by white parents.
We not
so
cut from that cloth. Like I don't care if I'm standing amongst the president and his congressman. You know what I'm saying? We gonna like. We just gonna have to talk. We gonna have to talk because there ain't no way that somebody that come from my blood gonna stand in the middle of a family court and let them people shut you up when your child's life is on the line. Because we know what this system do to our people. The longer they got them in their care, you know what I'm saying? Like the closer you are to losing them completely, and then they're gonna pull this whole thing. We can't give them back to you because now they built this bond with these people they've been with for a year. And you haven't shown any. They'll play that game. You know why? Because they don't have to tell the truth in those courts. They're not held to the same standard as criminal courts.
I did open up a bank account in my daughter's name.
Rights.
I did open a bank account. I did open up a bank account in my daughter's name. So I put in money in that account. So when I go to court, I'll show consistency of paying on this account.
When do you plan on going back to court?
Soon. Like I need to go put the money down and then go again. But this time,
all right, I need you to update me on when that's going to be too.
Black attorney that works with visitation court and custody courts. She a black woman. I told her my case. She said, "Okay, I'm willing to help you."
I'm gonna tell you something.
Because I told her about the Miranda. I told her about Miranda rights. She said that was illegal. That was illegal. That should never been done.
If you want some motivation to really fight for your daughter, go on YouTube. Type in Atlanta street interviews. This dude go around interviewing girls. You watch his stuff, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The worst place for any child to be in is in custody of somebody that's not mommy or daddy. I don't care who it is.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, because you don't, especially a girl, gotta remember the sexual notion or connotation to this. When they get around people that's not, especially men, a lot of strange things can happen, and this is how these girls end up on drugs,
Just talking about that.
being all kinds of things, bro. So trust me, man. You want to fight for your daughter, man. Get your daughter in your position so that you can take care of her, so the world don't have its way with her.
But craziest thing
I
is
got,
too, the judge looked at me like I was stupid, but he don't understand. I got my own place. I got my own
yeah,
apartment.
that was gonna be my question. Like,
Yeah, I got
what is
my
your
own
living
house.
situation like?
Like I pay my
When
own
you
rent
went
and
to,
everything. I have a job and everything. Like the judge is staying near stupid.
it
You
sounded
know
like you
what?
didn't say nothing though. It sounded like you just was quiet in
Yeah.
court.
I was. 'Cause I didn't know my rights, and I
But
was really in fear.
but
Cause and
and you know what? In a place where you're where law is at the center of everything, you do look stupid when you don't say anything because you have the right to. If you're in a place of law and order and you don't understand that you have the right to speak up, then to the judge you are going to look stupid. Sometimes the
Right.
judges are actually on the side of parents like you, and they're like, "Why aren't you saying something, stupid?"
basically he wanted me to win. He even told me. The judge even told me, if you have people show up to court for you, I will give you custody.
You
All
didn't
I
need
need.
nobody to show up for you
You
though.
don't
You got
He
to
need
said.
it.
remember,
He said
mommy.
no. No.
Look, you're the
You,
paternal. Listen, you're the paternal parent. The maternal parent is in jail or having drug issues. What mommy and the best friend says, power over you.
but the judge
Exactly.
saw that the judge gave us 30 days to have people come to court with me, right? The mom spoke up and said I'm gonna go to prison pretty soon. Can we rush the process?
No,
The judge
hold
knew.
on. Wait. I'm gonna have to stop you because that's not what they ask. They don't ask you to have people come to court. You have to prove that you have some type of support system, whether you can call them, email them. Sometimes your support system is not even in the same state as you. So the requirement is not in family court to have a support system show up. That's
That's what they
you
asked me to
can do
do.
that,
They asked for
but
that.
this is what I'm saying. Like, look,
They,
what we're trying to get you to understand is if you're going to go and deal with these people, you better know what you're dealing with. Sit down and educate yourself, right? You may not be going in there with a lawyer, but you need to sit down and actually pay attention, or you may even want to go watch other people's stories of how they've had to
hmm
go to the court, through the court and deal with it before you
Yeah.
just go in there and lose all rights. Like
Yeah.
your child is in the hands of her best friend. So the girl is an alcoholic who's in jail, and I don't have to guess at the character of her best friend much, do I?
Prison.
Yeah.
Okay, she's in
So
Birds
prison.
of
Do
a
I have to
feather
guess
yeah,
at
flock
the
together.
character of the best friend?
there may be fruit don't fall
Snobby.
far from his tree. So you,
Snobby.
yeah, the fruit don't fall far from his tree. So you can also go at the mother as an unfit mother. She's unable to provide. You are the primary, the mother and the daddy. You are the next primary. Your word overruled that friend. Unless the state gave that friend full
Hmm.
temporary custody
They did.
over
They
it
did.
didn't
Yeah.
ride because you couldn't say nothing. So
And
when you didn't say nothing,
I'm
yeah,
gonna say this before we
they
move on from
railroad you.
Jahim's case. I'm gonna say this. With all of that being said, with the mother side, you need to be looking in the mirror and really considering, why can't I have somebody show up for me? Is it something that's within my power to build this support system, or is it just that people just are that bad that they just don't want to show up? Because sometimes, as we see with a lot of our family members, your support system is not around because you push them away through your behavior, right, Jaheim? Your support system doesn't want to
Right.
show up because when they show up, it's always drama. So if you cared about your daughter, you would also care about the relationships that you're building in your life to make sure
Right.
that she has some kind of support, right?
But the concept is too. They talk about be dad, be father. The same people are supposed to show up for me in court.
I don't think you heard anything I just said.
I didn't hear you.
No,
I didn't hear what you said.
no, he didn't hear what you saying. You better
You need to
What
look
did
repeat
I
at
say?
yourself.
yourself and see. You need to look at yourself and see why people didn't show up for you if you're pushing them away.
Now, the people, name 3 people in your life that you would say, even if they couldn't show up for court, would be your support system. That if your daughter had a need that you couldn't meet, whether it's getting picked up, that you would be able to call, or they would be able to call somebody and make that happen.
Jayana, Tisha.
All right, that's 2.
True. That's
They're my track coach.
You're who?
A track coach.
From high school?
Right now, currently, I'm a master's. I do master AAU meets, so I still run track cross country.
All right, so you're track coach, and you know them personally enough that they would
Yes.
show up when you called to be there and support you and your daughter.
Yes, he loves my daughter. He's met my daughter a couple
Okay.
times.
Now, when you go back to court, those 3 names need to be on the list with their phone numbers and their addresses.
Honestly, Jayana will probably be in court with me, actually. Your niece?
Okay. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's my daughter's name.
So she lives in Dayton now, by the way, Ramon.
She what?
Jayana, Tia. She lives in Dayton now, Dayton, Ohio now.
Okay. Hey, don't put all our family's business
My
out
bad.
on social media, bro.
TMI. People information.
What's going on, Cartel, man? Cartel might be able to make some sense finally. Now we're not talking about the Bible. What's going on, Cartel?
What's up, bro?
Cartel and Big, hey, we was some Trinitarian violence earlier. Cartel and Big Op was arguing today, boy. It was funny.
I heard it a little
It was a good topic though. They had a strange topic. It was an interesting conversation. But go ahead.
Yeah, it was respectfully strange. You know, they best friends and stuff. So
I wouldn't say all that, but we alright. That's my dog. That's my dog.
what's going on with you? Hey, bro, we want to know how would you define toxicity, whether it's in like your personal relationships, family, or intimate relationships. How would you define toxicity?
Anything that disrupt toxic behavior. I would take it more
All right, Johnny,
as
in peace.
all right, bro. I would take it more as toxic behavior to stay away from it. that's how I look at it.
No,
Just stay away from
dang,
it.
Cartel, you like this on everything, bro.
Nah, he asking you to define it. Give
Yeah.
us a real life practical example or something. That's what he asking.
Okay, something like
Like what
okay.
it look like?
Example. Toxic. Someone who's
Well, first,
I
have
would
you
say
ever called anybody toxic?
I don't use that word, but a lot of people is toxic. Trust me. I know a lot
What
of
would
toxic
you mean?
people.
What would you mean? Like, yeah. So that's what we getting at. Like, when you're ideal, like, what would you mean when you refer to someone or something as toxic?
As being toxic. All right. It's probably sound churchy. I know. I'm glad G Con ain't up here.
Let me actually.
Well, someone is trying to toxic to me is right if I'm trying to do right, and someone is trying to disrupt me to doing something that I know I don't need to do, something to take me out of a comfort zone to where I'm pretty much to take me out of a comfort zone. Like I said, if I'm trying to do right, somebody come either aggravating me or telling me to do wrong or doing something that put me in a worse position than what I'm in.
Okay, are you in a relationship right now?
Yeah,
How long you been in a relationship?
a minute.
All right.
Like,
So
8 years.
the like, give me some examples of toxic behavior in relationships, like intimate
Okay,
relationships.
I
Like,
used to say that. All right, so
I know you're saying like trying to get me to do wrong, but like in what way? Like, in what way would a
trying
woman
to
be?
aggravate you
I'm good.
to
How are you?
provoke you or something like that. Like doing something to provoke you or yeah, like something just to get under your skin. Like
What, like
if
standing in front of the TV while you playing the game?
well, in general, you can have a girl like if she know she go out clubbing with her friends coming in later
Ah,
instead
there
of
we go. There we go. Now
you
now
know
we want to get to it. So look, then we want to get to it, Jay. Just tell it. Just, look, that's the main
yeah.
thing in our day, right? The the feeling that
Got any
I.
forks? Wounds?
You said what?
No. Sorry, I'm in the store. I'm trying.
So basically, what you're talking about is the feeling that I'm in a relationship, but I should be able to act single, and you
Now
should
we
accept
talking.
it as a man.
Now
That's what
we
you're getting at, right?
yeah.
All right. So in that scenario where your wife want or your girl, whoever you married, or is it a girlfriend?
Yeah, man.
All right. So your wife wants to go out to the club, and I'm not saying this is your situation. We're just talking about toxic behavior. Your wife wants to go out to the club, right? Is her desire to go out to the club toxic, or what makes it toxic?
Yeah. Like no. Well, what would be toxic is if she knows what's gonna make you mad or
All
you know what
right.
y'all
All
don't
right.
agree with and
So
she
there was
still does
already
it.
so what makes it toxic is that you guys already had a conversation and an agreement, right?
Yeah.
And that she is now trying to push those boundaries
Yeah.
and put you in a position
Knowingly
to do
how it's
what?
gonna affect you.
Now, how do we as men deal with that in that situation where the woman may come? Oh, did you want to say something? Where the woman may come and maybe she forgot, or maybe she just is not respecting the boundary, and she says, "Hey, I want to go out with my girls." As a man, how do we deal with that in a marriage?
Well, for one, if you let it slide, it's gonna continuously happen, right? But you just
Hmm.
address it with her, right, and be like, "Hey, I don't like this. I don't like when don't do that." You get what I'm saying? And
What about if you're
you can
like,
have a
"All right,
conversation.
you could do it this time, but next time we can't do that"?
No, don't
All right.
like we already went over this. You know, I'm not about to keep telling anybody nothing. Like, you heard it.
You gonna say it like that?
No, no, not like that. I'm just saying it. Just literally, I'm not gonna keep
Nah, I
telling you
got you. I
something I
got you.
told you one time. So you gonna be mad because I ain't got time for it. Like
So I'm saying, what's the ultimatum though? Like, is it? What if she's like, "Hey, I hear you, but I'm still going."
you find, I mean, I'm not the one, bro. You gonna be on the porch.
He's like, "You gonna do that for it?"
You're stuck with me on
You
the porch.
laughing, bro? I'm sick.
Oh man,
I'm
yeah,
so sick.
I feel you. Would you say? Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say
was gonna
that
say
sounds
that
like a
sounds like a
respect thing
respect.
too, because if it was something that was already discussed and then one party wants to change it, it sounds like they no longer respect either the situation or the person.
I think a girl, I mean, anyone knows the boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And nobody should be coming in the house at 2 o'clock in the morning, point blank.
Hmm.
And if a man allow it, right, then a woman is gonna do it.
Right. So the ball is in the men's court, especially in 2026. A lot of the things we complain about, we're complaining about them because we allowed them for so long to become a norm. Right.
Yeah,
And something I bring up often is the club scene and things like that, but also the sexualization of women between women. Right. We've allowed that to become so normal in our day that women will say what we would consider gay stuff to one another, and it's just okay.
yep,
Right. So
yeah,
men, we allowed it because at one point when we were in the flesh, we thought it was sexy. oh, look at, but when you're in a committed relationship, it's not so sexy anymore. But you've accepted it as a norm, and you may have even told your significant other when y'all were just dating that you're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But now,
now
now that she becomes your possession and your prized possession, you're like, that's not so sexy anymore. So it's about what we normalize as men, and then the women are like, oh, this is what we doing?
yeah, but when you start it, it's hard. All right, it's hard for you to say if you start a relationship like that, right? Then y'all into it. Then you try to be like, hey, I want to make it exclusive, and then you know it end up later on down the line, she's gonna want that same thing, that spark. So you shouldn't even start it
Right.
like that. At the end of the day, you should just
Exactly.
stick to what your morals. You get what I'm saying?
Don't go
What
chasing waterfalls.
exactly. And if you want her to follow you, be a leader.
Facts. Ooh, that's gonna be the next topic. I think what it means for a man to be a leader in 2026. I'm seeing that a lot of women are having a hard time defining it, and I'm hearing a lot of different things coming from men. You got a lot of people on the red pill community that define men in such a way that you're like, come on, bro. But then you got women who are saying, I want a good man. And you ask them to define a good man, and they'll describe themselves or their friend, their female friend.
That's
You're
crazy.
like,
That's crazy.
like, yeah, I'm
This, that,
telling
and the
you.
other, everything. You gotta be Superman, not Clark Kent, to be one of these girls. But yeah, they want you to be
Yeah, but
sensitive, strong,
yeah.
hard,
Since
soft.
I want you to be soft and hard at the same time. Like,
They
yeah,
want you
but
to
that's
cook,
something.
clean, work. I ain't nothing wrong
Yeah,
with that, but I'm just saying it's just like they want the full package. You
and
know,
that's no, that's baseline. Like I asked, it was on a post. I asked a woman because they were talking about a man who could clean, provide this and that. She said, "Oh, that's mid. What y'all consider a good
What?
man is mid." Yeah, and I said, "Man, we have no hope. We have no hope if women are constantly moving the goalposts day by day of what you consider a good man, because your man could wake up and do everything you want him to do, but based off of your feelings or emotions, the next day he ain't crap. He's good for nothing. He a deadbeat.
because they looking on Instagram and looking on
That's a fact.
social media. They seeing
Yeah.
somebody giving them money. They seeing dudes a trick and doing all this,
Mm-hmm.
and they see other girls in Bentleys and all that. They be like, "Oh, look at my life! Like, look at my
I be
life."
telling what I be thinking. Cartel I be like, y'all can't smell them photos, man.
That's well.
A lot of them females, they pH balance off, they breath stink, the hair smell like cat piss. Like these baddies, the whole baddie movement is really disgusting because it's women who, without all of that, have nothing to provide.
True.
Hey, yo,
Right? Without
Ramon, I'm
all of
gonna tell
the.
you though. Go ahead, finish what you're
No,
saying.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to say what Cartel just said. I think we're aware, but we don't realize that's like 90% of uh, problems people have in relationships. And I realized this one day. I was talking to my youth pastor, and he was telling me that him and his wife was having an argument. Well, not my youth pastor. He's the youth pastor for my church, and he was telling his. He said his wife said to him like, "Yo, Jason do this and that with his wife. He does this and that in the household. Why don't you do it?" He's talking about me. That's what she's talking about me. My
Right.
name is
Right.
Jason. And I said, damn. So she's been watching what my wife posts on social media, the
Mm-hmm.
amount of times we go on vacation for the year, and she's measuring him up to my life
Right.
Mm-hmm.
when we
That's
don't even
crazy.
we don't have the same income.
Not even the
Like
same. We probably not even in the same place emotionally as a couple to be doing those things right now. Right?
we
A
don't
lot of
work
women
the
don't
same
get it.
schedule. It's I didn't realize how bad it was until he said that to me because we see each other at
Yeah.
church. We rotate from time to time, but I didn't realize that she was actually like looking at my life and looking at him,
Judging him.
judging him. She's telling him
Yeah.
he's fat. He don't go to the gym. He's lazy. But we have two different. He got way more kids than I got. I got 3 kids. He working with 5, 6 kids. He ain't got the
Right.
time to go to the gym like me.
That's well.
You know what I'm saying? Like he can't take you on vacation like I could take my wife on vacation because he worked
Right.
different. Y'all lifestyle a whole, but she's matching him up to me, and I said, damn, that's wrong. You can't do that. Like
Right.
yes, I pay 95% of the bills in my house because I make that kind of money. I can do that. But if he don't make that kind of money, you can't expect him. And here's the worst part about it. She's a nurse. She worked for the government too. She actually makes more money than him, but she's
Hmm.
expecting him to do more than he actually can do, even though he's about like
Dang.
75% of the
I
bills
done
in.
heard
Like,
those too. We just saw
you
something
see
like
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah, that's
But it's
crazy.
yeah, she listen, this she literally told him she's not doing more than she's doing because that's not her role. But that's not right, Ramon. That is not
Not
right
at
in a
all.
relationship.
Not
You're
at all.
supposed to do what you can to make sure that the relationship runs smooth. But she's looking at brothers like me and other brothers like, yo, we do 95%, almost 100. You must do the
Right.
same as my husband. That's crazy work.
Yeah.
Man.
And that's how they look
Hey,
at it.
in one sec. One sec.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that what most women don't really know what they want for themselves, let alone how or who they want their man to be. They're looking at the next Instagram post or the next couple to kind of go off of, and what the brother Jay said kind of plays on that because why are you looking at another man's success or accomplishments and placing that on me? You don't even know where he or his wife is in life for you to even be putting us in that same position, you know?
Because the world make it look so good and easy. And like you see somebody young pulling out wads of money, right? They make it look like you just come
But he's
it's just
sleeping on
so
an air
easy.
mattress in his uncle's basement,
Man,
though.
what like they make it look like it comes fast and easy and everything just given, but it takes time and it takes maturity, you know, to be the it takes a long time to know yourself. Imagine to get to know another
I
person.
know. Tell me about it, cartel. That's sobering, ain't it? Like we all are still learning ourselves, and then we're expecting our other person to know us perfectly. You don't know you perfectly. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
you know.
but yeah,
But
that's
you don't
Yo,
know
real.
who you
It's
got until you go through hard times. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people when they go through hard times, they break. They don't know what to do. You know.
You ain't never
I
have
got
to
a
break.
homie,
Of course
right?
you're gonna break.
yeah. Go
I
ahead,
like
Jay.
to use these real life examples. I got a homie. I can't say he my homie because we stopped talking a little while ago. But he was my next door neighbor when I was living with my grandmother. Still live there to this day. He drive a white Benz. He drive like a white. It's 2023 by now. A coupe. Bro, come outside. I mean, he got all the Jordans that drop. Like that's his thing. He likes sneakers. He come out the house. He's fly. And y'all just said it. But bro, literally lives in the basement. He like
Yep.
45. I was just talking to his nephew
Dang.
or his cousin. They had an argument the other day, and he was calling his cousin a bum, and he like, yo, you like twice my age, and we have the same condition. It's just you gotta. But here's the thing, though. But he has a bunch of different females. But by the time
Yep.
they figure out that he's really a bum with a nice car, they had
Too
already
late.
given it up,
Yep.
and it's because they don't really take the time to slow down and look past that. I got friends who were dealing with women. All right, this is a real life example. Y'all know well, you might not know Urban. I had started a podcast, and sometimes I do street interviews or go in the mall.
Yeah. Yeah. I
We
didn't
was
know
in the
that, but you need
mall.
to
I'm in
send
the
me that
mall with
though.
my boy. Yeah, I will. I'm in the mall with my boy, and he don't got a car, right? So he see this little Puerto Rican chick, and he holla at her. So we walk out into the parking lot. She's walking to her Tesla, and we walk into the car. I hand him my keys. Well, the keys, but I did the keys. I took the camera from him, gave him the keys. so that he can get in the car to at least look like he's the man that he presented himself to be in the car in the mall.
Oh,
You
you
see what I'm
part of the
saying?
problem.
So a lot of time, yeah, I know.
I
I
did
just
that
ain't want my
before
boy to
too.
look like
I
that.
did that plenty of times too, bro.
Yeah, right. But a
What's
lot
that
of
song? I
times
was in
people just have they
somewhere
represent.
outside of the
Say
passenger
that again.
side because I let my best friend drive. He was in line.
That's a fact.
Yeah, yeah.
But 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 yeah, that's what really I think it's just the optics of everything is really
Hmm.
screwing a lot of what's going on up in real life. That's just the
Yeah,
point of that.
and that's a fact. And what you just highlighted is a major factor, and women got to take accountability. They talking about the quality of men that are out there, but you're rewarding the quality of men that you're saying you want. Like the more and more you give the box up to the dude living in this basement, the more them dudes coming out of the woodworks for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like people always tell women that y'all actually do control access to sex. Y'all control access to even relationships. You're usually the initiators to say yay or nay, right? So if you're, lowering your value by continually giving it up to the dude that's living in his mom's basement, like, come on, man. That's why brothers like ROB, like, nah, I'd rather just stay with me and my dog, Cujo, until the Lord call me home.
Yeah, women
But
gotta
yeah.
understand that men play the game how it go for real.
Hmm.
We're like fishers of men for real. Like we're not gonna bring
You make they
strawberry
look,
to
AJ,
put
they
on a
making
hook.
dudes with houses want to get rid of their houses, go live with their mom just to get a woman.
Yeah, I'm telling you, cause we know, bro. Urban, think about it, right? We're logical and we know exactly how to get what we want. We know fish like worms,
Right,
whether it's fresh water or salt water. These fishes like worms, so we don't bring strawberry.
right.
Like we
Damn,
gonna
why was
bring
I going to use
exactly what you
strawberry
want.
too
That
as an
worms.
example? That's crazy. Yeah.
Nah, cause that's kind of how women kind of look at us. Like they think we're gonna present ourselves in a way that's not gonna get us what we want. Nah,
Hmm.
my homie next door, he knows that he's a bum, but he knows that yo, if I can at least look the part
Yep.
before she get it, I already hooked her. She's already in the net. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's over. She ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
You
you
So
got to
ain't
be
he
quicker
lying.
than
gonna
that.
yeah, he gonna buy. He gonna get the Benz. He got to yo. Dude went as far as buying a $20,000 watch, but he lives in his
Dang.
mother's. Think about that type
But
of
he
brother.
got money.
Yeah, he worked. He work enough to provide what he
Goodness
needs to
gracious.
get what he want, which is a female. Y'all got to realize that. Think
He got
about
an
it, bro.
addiction.
Almost everything a man does is really for a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as long as a female is just gonna look and not take the time to figure it out, they're gonna always get caught.
Facts. That's a fact. And that's the part that I don't think that they want to hear now is that like y'all been playing dumb. I've been saying it like this, Jay. The women of 2026 are the fellas of the 90s. The attitude, the mindset they have is the same way that the fellas of the 90s was thinking. How did you used to hear women boast about having a roster when you was growing up?
Nah. That
We
was
hear
looked
about
down
that
on,
now,
really. That's a
right?
fact.
You think about it, the tables have flipped. Now men are trying their best to be more in touch with our emotions, understand the woman more, you know what I'm saying? And the women are like, man, I'm just trying
Yeah,
to be out
yeah.
with the fellas, man. Like, like
That's
You
a
ain't
it's
fact.
lying.
crazy.
You sure
Actually,
lying.
I literally did a video of that on that today actually on this TikTok page, and it did like between yesterday and today it did like 10,000 views.
Oh, that's what's up,
Like
man. Yeah,
go on
shoot,
my
shoot me
page.
that too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna send it to
I've
you
been
as
I've
soon
been
as
off the
I
app
get
for a
off. But
little
if you
for a little bit while we've been preparing everything, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out because this is a topic that I need to be had. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start making this stuff practical. A lot of people get in here and talk about the Bible and their marriages is crumbling.
yeah. But it's literally what you just said that I think is making it go as viral as it is. Shorty said, "Yo, I had 4 men in rotation, and she's sleeping with one and a half of them, which already makes sense.
Dang.
Yeah, yeah. She said the half she get up with him every now and then, and she sleep with him, but she not sleeping with the other two, which is crazy work.
Cause they be putting too much value in them. Like if a girl can call you and you give her money and do all this stuff, and she ain't showing no interest, why you? What's I don't know what's
You
wrong
just
with these
mess it up
dudes.
for all the real men.
I swear, bro, I don't know what's wrong with these dudes.
Yeah, I think the power dynamics has changed, and I got two girls, so I'm trying to start with them, even if it's just my daughters. I need them to know that they got the power. A man is gonna bend his ways to whatever
True.
is gonna get him what he wants. Think about yo, hey, you know what's funny? You look throughout the scriptures, Urban. You seen what Jacob had to go through for the woman that he loved?
Yeah, 14 years to get that woman.
That man worked 14 whole years to get that one
That's
female.
crazy.
But you got females today that saying, yo, if I meet a dude at the bar and the vibe is right, I'm gonna give it to him. What? Think think about that. Hey, King
14
David,
minutes.
14 minutes is crazy. They giving it up off of the vibe, and
Yeah.
women don't realize that. And I literally told y'all this about 3 minutes ago, and I'm speaking for me and my friends. Everything I saw my friends do, it was to impress a female. Talking about the ones that was
Yeah.
straight. I don't know if any of them was
Hey,
undercover,
hey
but all
Jay,
my friends were straight.
you hear about the you hear about that football
Huh?
player that went on that the Bloom Pop show, and he
Yeah, I seen
I
him.
guess yeah, you saw that,
He
right?
played
When
like he
she
was. He played like he was an electrician.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
that's what came to mind when you were telling that story, because you right, females will throw away a whole future for a moment or a vibe, and I'm like, man, but you want us
Oh,
to go ahead?
you right. Oh, I remember that because he explained that they went out to eat, and it was a dude on the other side of the chick that he matched with,
Yeah,
and Shorty said that it
yeah.
was a better vibe with him,
And
and
you
she
know
didn't even
what?
know she. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
She tried to flip it by saying the brother was on his phone, so that's why she gave the other dude the attention. You know what I'm saying? And this the kind of stuff I'm gonna start pointing out how they deflect. And I'm like, no, dudes don't do that. Like, I've been on enough dates to know that that man probably picked up his phone because he was seeing you was already sending choosing vibes.
That's a fact. That's a
Like,
fact.
and that's something that a man, instead of going off on you or crashing out, he gonna pick up his phone and see if you get the message. And apparently you didn't, because what she did, if you heard the end of the story, they waited for him to pay the bill, and they dipped
And
out
then
and
they
left
slid
without him.
off. Yeah, I watched the whole thing. That was super interesting to me because the way the brother carried himself and played it, it was smooth, and I respected it. Because had she known that he was who he was, she would have never played like that.
Exactly. She would have acted like the perfect woman for 3 to 6 months until she got locked in.
He was
Then he
rich or
would have.
something.
You said
Smoke
what?
Cartel,
He
yeah, I
was,
gotta see that. I think that was a spectacle. Everybody should see that.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Homie, an NFL
What?
player, sat in front of her, pretended like he was a regular guy, and she
Oh, she
decided that
sick.
she was gonna be entertained by another dude because she liked his vibe, and slid off with him after the NFL player paid for the food.
And this
What?
dude was what he do for a living? He was like a failed musician, and he worked as like, what did he work at? What was his job?
You know what? I don't remember exactly what she said dude did, because
Yeah,
I was kind of like shocked and still blown away by the fact that
yeah.
she did what she did in his face. That was really the part
And
that
you
kind
know
of threw
what,
me
Jay?
off the
What I
most.
be telling women is that, young boys, we never look at y'all even close to this light. Like, when we're young, we don't ever think of young girls as this toxic or evil or maniacal, right? So when they talk about men who become like these misogynist, I'm like, it's usually because a situation like that
Like
happened,
that's a fact.
early on. And he was like,
Yeah.
dang, I placed them on this pedestal, but they don't even deserve to be above ground as far as I'm concerned. That's how I was thinking when I first got my heart broke. I was like, these
What?
kind of people should not exist.
Hey yo, look, Look, check this out, right? I like to give real life examples, bro, because I'm a practical person. I'm a practitioner, and I like to show people things that they can practice and learn from.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen to this, bro. The first girl that broke my heart, bro, was my bishop's daughter. I was going to church with Shorty. I thought Shorty could do no wrong. She was walking around in a skirt every single day. I said my bishop daughter. He's not my bishop no more, but my church I used to go to a while ago. Bro, I, you know what? I was kind of deluded a little bit too. Just keep it a buck with y'all. Because I never thought that she would lie to me because she was a church girl, even though I was ignoring the fact that she was lying to her parents all the time to come get up
Right.
with me.
Oh, wait. You gotta stop right there. Because me and my wife just had that conversation about that. About the judgment of a young girl who would watch you lie to your mom, watch you lie to your pops, and think that you're gonna be honest with her.
Yeah, I was deluded.
Like,
I
dang.
was that person. I was watching her lie to her peoples to get up with me every day and thought she wouldn't lie to me to go get up with another dude.
That's
But Shorty was
crazy.
so cold, bro. She started bringing Buddy to church with us.
Dang.
Think, look, she started bringing the dude she was cheating on me with to church, bro.
Yeah, yeah. That's how old were you?
I was what? I was the sophomore year in high school. So I was what, 15 years old, 15, 16, somewhere there. I think I was 15. But we was doing everything. So
Okay.
let's
All
not
right.
just look
So
at the age. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I got you. Look, like I had a very similar situation, and when I say similar, I mean the coldness of it, like just the total detachment from like consequences. I had a girl I was dating. I think I was around 16. I think I was around 16, and she lived in the neighborhood. I was living with my cousin. She lived in the neighborhood, right? And her cousin would come over every once in a while from. She lived out of town. She would come over and they would go kick it, hang out, do stuff together. So one time she said they was going to the skating rink. I don't
Yeah.
know if y'all used to skate growing up, but we used to like be
Yeah,
at the
yeah, we
skating
skate
rink a
down
lot.
here.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, cool. You know, they going this a little. Y'all had shut-ins where you stay all night, right? The
Nah,
lock-ins.
nah, nah, not all night. Ours closed at
Yeah,
like
yeah.
12, 12, 1.
Yeah, we had certain times where they have lock-ins. You know, after a certain hour, they would shut the door. They had security and stuff. You know, you would stay the night, play all night, basically. But so on this particular night, so you know when you're young, you got a routine. We talking, you know, every so often. I'm expecting to hear from you. So I'm not hearing from her, you know, before bed. So I hit her up and I call her, and some dude pick up the phone, and I'm like, "Hey, where's Jasmine?" He's like, "She's laying right here. Who is this?" So I'm sitting there like, "Man, what in the world?" I know they playing. Like I
Hey,
know they playing. I'm thinking this, and
ain't
as
no
I'm
way.
thinking and trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, like, ain't no way. She like, hang up the phone.
What?
Phone hang up. Yeah, phone hang up. I'm
Oh
sitting there,
my
and you know,
God.
I called back a couple of times. She finally answered, and she like, you tripping? Ain't nothing. That was just Bianna's friend, her cousin's friend. You know, that's always the first excuse.
Yeah.
Is it's my cousin's friend. So I'm like sitting there. I'm like, man, I'm not tripping, right? That's not you. You know, you have that moment the first time. I'm not tripping, right? Like, ain't no way that I'm feeling this for no reason.
Mm.
So I'm like in my feelings for like that whole night.
I already know what you was
Next,
feeling. You ain't even got to
yeah.
explain
So
it, bro.
so
Trust me.
check it. So when I finally confront her, she finally come back. We see each other. I confront her about it. She ended up going upstairs. I pull out her phone, see a number of a dude. She come down to ask her about who he is, and she tells the lie again. And I kind of like at that point was like, nah, I'm done. You know, I walk away. We didn't talk for about a week. She called me, right? She called me on the phone, apologizing, telling me, you know, asking me about how I felt about the situation, this and that, getting all my feelings. And while I'm sharing my feelings, I hear a snicker of a dude. She had this dude on three-way.
Damn.
Called me with him on three-way and her cousin. Man, I'm telling you, that was the first time I thought about taking somebody's life, bro.
Yeah, yeah. She thought it was a
Like,
game.
yeah, and at that point, that was a marked point where in my mind I was like, oh, I got to play this game the way they play it. And that's
Hell
a
yeah.
dangerous place for a young man to be because we do it in a different way, in a more destructive way, right? Because we don't like to hurt young girls' feelings, and in our attempt not to, it end up hurting them way worse. We be trying to
Yeah.
hide stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like to a point where they like, I could never trust you. Sad to say, I would much rather the person be blatant and upfront than be secretive for 10 to 15 years and I find out. You feel me? So it sucks, man. But yeah, I had to break out of that though. You know, we get stuck in that traumatic experience and then it affects our relationships going forward. And that woman don't even know. She don't know the depths of how you were hurt at 12, 13 years old.
Yeah, I think every man that has experienced that knows that a female can bring pain like no other. And that ain't no pain you can just take some Tylenol and get rid of. You'll have sleepless nights.
Oh
I
yeah.
wasn't able to sleep. I lost weight.
And you know what?
You know
You
what I'm
know what
saying?
young men typically do to build their ego back up?
Yeah, do the same thing. Run around smashing and not
Yep.
loving.
Yep.
Get cold.
Because where else? Ain't nobody else tell us what it meant to be a man outside of performance.
That's a
Nobody
fact.
told me what it meant to be a man by myself, sitting in my room, lights off, nobody around, nobody watching.
Yeah, that's a fact. For me, what and I think this is nah, not that I think this is what got me in the gym because buddy that she cheated on me with, he was a track star. And when I went and checked his page out, and oddly enough, dude was going to school with me, but
Yeah,
I never paid too much attention to him. I see him passing in the hallway, and he was actually in the 12th grade. He was a senior,
yeah,
and we were sophomores. He wasn't even going to the same school I was going. We was going to.
yeah.
Um, when I went and checked
Them
out his Facebook
upperclassmen, man, they
page,
always gonna take your girl, man.
I I, I I wasn't like super out of shape, but dude was a track star, so home was
Right.
ripped. And when I looked at his page, I said, "Yeah, I got to get in this gym." And this was way back. This was what 2009, somewhere there, 2008. I got in that gym and I never got out of it since. Because I realized that I was lacking in a lot of areas that he exceeded. And the funny
Yeah.
thing is, right, Urban, this is one day, this is what, because I had a similar situation like you with her. It killed me though. I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. We was at school. She had like this little Potter's thing that she had going on where she was making bowls and coffee mugs. And she said, "Yo, come and meet me down at the school." So I went down to the school. I remember like it was yesterday. It was a sunny, cold day. Like it was one of them days where outside looks super sunny, but it's like -1. So we spent the day at the school. She said, "Yo, I'm about to go to the Deacon House. Walk me to Albany Avenue." So I walked her down to Albany Avenue, and I went back up the street because I was living in it's not the projects, but it's the hood. Like I was living where it really happened at. So I walked her down. She was supposed to go to the Deacon House. She called me a couple hours later. She was like, "Yo, Deacon ain't home." So I'm like,
Hmm.
him or his wife ain't home. So I'm like, "The hell, you was sitting on the porch this whole time? It's like 5, 6 hours, bro."
Yeah.
She like, "Yeah, I was sitting out here cold." I'm like, "So why you just now calling me?" But either way, bro, I'm young. I'm in love. I
They
love
be
the girl.
bad
So I'm like,
liars
"Yo, let me
too.
go." What?
Like, give me a good lie, man. Don't give me a bad man. Don't make me sit up trying to pick apart a bad lie.
Bro, it's crazy because I didn't. It never really made sense to me until after the whole
Right.
situation. So I went and picked. She said she about to walk to McDonald's, pick her up at McDonald's. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna grab my stepfather van. I'm gonna drive to come pick you up. So I was with my best friend. So I told my best friend to drive. So I jumped in the back seat with her, and I'm back there trying to kiss on her. She wouldn't let me kiss her. Her breath smells strange, weird, right? She wouldn't let me kiss her. So anyway, I'm cool. We cool. I bring her to where she need to go. Maybe about we broke up after that not too long ago. Not too long after that, my best friend cousin is the one that exposed the
Mhm.
situation because she was going to school with him. She told
Right.
me that she was down there hugged up with some dude, and I figured it out. like I said, I was stressed out after that. Broke my
Yeah.
phone. I didn't want to come outside. I didn't want to do nothing until I
Yeah.
started going back to the gym and all that. So years later, I had my first daughter. She hit me up on Facebook. I ain't speak to her, but yo, like I really had love for this girl. So, I spoke to her and then I had a lot of red flags that I wanted to figure out. Like a lot of things didn't make sense to me, so especially that day. So she like, yo,
Right.
I want to go out to eat. She was like, just go
And
have a
ain't it crazy,
conversation.
real fast? Ain't it crazy how the incident could like make you like think about stuff you never would have like considered red flags?
That's a fact.
You like, dang, I didn't even think that you would have been thinking like this, and then now you thinking about moments and facial expressions, fake smiles, and
Yes.
you like, dang,
Yes. Because in the moment, you thinking that Shorty ain't gonna do that. It's an innocent
yeah.
situation. And I'm sure women have the same.
Fishy.
Say that again. Yeah.
Oh man, hey, Jacob, how old are you, man? Jacob. All right, we're gonna drop you, bro. All right, go ahead,
RLB
bro.
over there looking at a fish tank. So, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up just in case anybody else want to say something. But so we went out to eat, right? So we sitting down, and I asked her, I'm like, yo, that day, we was down at the school, and I walked you to Albany Avenue. You're supposed to go to Deacon House. Did you really go to Deacon House? She said, nah, I went to John House. I said, where did John live? She said, John lived on Hebron Street. John lived 2 streets away from my grandmother, which is 2 streets away from the Deacon, but
Dang.
going the opposite way. And I said, damn, I couldn't even, yo, I couldn't read like, because all I could think about was me trying to kiss on her in that back seat and the way her breath smelled, and she pushed me off her, like not really pushed me off, but like turning her face,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking in my head, ain't no way this, bro, I was so
Oh,
livid. I said, look,
yo.
I couldn't even eat no more, bro. I just kind of like wrapped it up. I was like, yo, I gotta go grab my daughter from my sister. I told her I was just gonna be like an hour, and I didn't really want her sitting there with the baby, and she said she had somewhere to
Yeah,
go.
that's
So I kind of wrapped it
diabolical,
up.
man.
I
They don't understand the
Yeah, bro. I
potential
never,
consequences if you had the wrong dude you did that to.
bro. Come on, man. I was thinking about that. Yo, I couldn't let when she said that. I told her, I said, yo, I kind of figured because none of that made sense to me. Why you would be outside
Yeah.
in -2, negative. It was cold as hell down here, bro.
Stop talking. Stop
Like brick.
talking.
Who's this guy?
Hey, hold up, bro. Hey, hold on. Who is that? JC. Hey, you here to chime in on the topic, bro? Or you here to troll, man?
No, I'm chiming in. I
All right.
didn't
Well,
like his
hold
argument.
on,
It
hold on,
wasn't
hold on.
very
Okay.
well.
Well, hold on. Hey, well, hold on. If you're here to chime in, I'm gonna need you to shut up until it's your time to speak. Cool.
Shut the hell up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Uh,
Go ahead, bro.
yeah. So yeah, I told her though, like I kind of figured it out, but because we were so far removed, I didn't really want to give her my emotions about it because I was really mad because I was imagining a lot of things that I shouldn't be imagining, and I'm just keeping it a buck because I already know what we was doing and how we was rocking.
Right,
So I know
right,
what you
right.
was doing. You know what I'm saying? I know now that you made me aware that you spent 6 hours, and he was older than us, and he Jamaican like I'm Jamaican, so I know how he coming. He wasn't playing with you. You wasn't over there to watch no TV. You know what I'm saying? So I
Question.
was, and I really sincerely love this girl,
I
and
don't
that
want to
was the
like
day.
speak out of turn here, but like
Man,
Oh
what
no,
he's
go
shut the
ahead,
hell
saying
bro.
up.
makes
What's
no
wrong with
sense.
y'all, man?
Hold on.
What's the
It's cool.
topic?
Hey, hold
Where
on,
these
hold on. It's
people
cool.
coming from?
Hey, it's cool. Hey, Camden, what part of what he's saying doesn't make sense?
Like, like all of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Sit
everything he
downstairs,
just
bro.
said.
Hey, ruler. The topic is defining toxicity in relationships. Baker, you have a question? A lot of y'all coming. Did y'all just get out of a little league baseball game and get on TikTok? Cause I'm seeing a lot of like, what's going on?
That's a fact. We go out of the baseball league, want to jump on there. What time is it? It's about
Dang.
1:30 in the night. I better not be playing no baseball
Look,
this
they
late.
all come in hostile. Like, look,
Would
I'm gonna give y'all one shot to
defining
say something intelligent, and
would
then I'm gonna have
defining
to drop you.
defining toxicity, would that be like your significant other, like is it like mutual or like physical?
However you define it, it could be physical or mental. But I just like to hear how people define it because it's a word that gets thrown around, and I think it's defined in like various different ways.
Okay.
But like,
Okay.
what do you consider like toxic behavior in an intimate relationship with like a girlfriend or a spouse?
Okay. So my ex-fiance, we broke up last month. Okay. And like the reason we had like broken up and everything was because she just used to hit me all the time. So
You said she
when
refused to hit you, or she used to hit you?
she used to like
Okay.
I would do something wrong. I would stutter, and I just get a nasty right hook. Like it just didn't make any sense to me. But when I came
Hey
across,
man, hey, don't say it in a funny way if you don't want me to laugh, because I'm envisioning you stuttering and her just like
Yeah,
Mike Tyson and
yeah.
you.
Hey, bro,
no,
you
yeah,
got she
it's funny
haymakered
now.
you, bro.
It's
Yeah, I know
funny
it's funny
now.
now because you definitely done healed because you're able to talk about it. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I find it pretty funny now. But I got like in big trouble because I decided that I'm not taking shit no more, and that I realized that she's a woman and she's softer than shit, right? Baby shit at that.
You all right, bro? you, you,
Hey, yeah, I'm thinking we borderline trolling,
all
but
right, yeah.
All
Let's
right,
let's
genuine
get on to
chance, man.
somebody
so
else, man.
get this.
He
I
said
spear
he got hit
tackled
with a mean
fuck
letter.
out that bitch, right?
Told you
All right, we got to move
we
on, bro.
borderline trolling, man.
Oh man, hey, that probably came from a real place. He probably really went through that, and he's just trying to cope. We just gonna. Hey, Camden, I dropped you pretty quickly. Let me give you a chance, man. You got anything intelligent to add to the conversation, bro?
Hmm. I mean,
Are you in a relationship, Camden?
sort of. I was talking to this guy.
All right,
He's
come
a
on, man.
bigger black fellow.
What do you mean
Okay.
talking to? What do you mean talking to? What do you mean
Like
by that, bro?
it turned physical after about 2 weeks.
All right,
Are
you
you
gotta
gay,
go.
Camden? Are you gay?
I'm pretty gay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
gotta go.
Yeah, I don't got no I don't got no advice for you.
Yeah,
Hey, ruler,
Yo,
that's not
what's
a
going on,
sphere of
brother?
life we live in. That's crazy.
so I'm gonna just come out here and say that toxicity in a relationship simply when you make it feel like your partner just doesn't feel like what they're doing is enough, and that they have to reach these certain.
They have to reach what? I didn't hear the last part of what you said.
They have to like reach these certain boundaries that their partner is like making. Like it's basically just controlling if you really think about it.
It sounds like you're saying like holding your partner to a secret standard that you want them to meet,
Yeah,
right?
like
But
you're not fully, communicating it. You're just kind of like expecting, someone to reach this standard that you have in the back of your head, and you're like holding them accountable to it.
what do you think that stems from? Like in a relationship, what would make somebody not just be upfront about what they desire out of their significant other? What do you think that stems from?
It's got a lot to do. Past relationships play a huge role for sure. Um, Simply just not being man enough to do something definitely plays a role. Or like you're just scared of your partner leaving you, so you
Yeah.
try to control it a little bit, but then you just take it too far. Like me personally, I feel like controlling
You
has
got
definitely played a big part in my
you got
relationship.
any examples?
Hey, hold on. Hey, JC.
I'm
That's
sorry. I'm
gonna be
sorry.
the
I'll
last.
stop.
Yeah. Just don't interrupt me while I'm speaking. You don't get a chance, bro. Go ahead, Ruler. What did you say?
I was like, yeah. So like in my past relationship, I was kind of like, I was basically, you know, I was afraid of getting cheated on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, I'm holding her to the standard where it's like, I don't want you around, these guys, these guys, these guys. And, she go out and she's talking to all these guys and whatever. And, she come back. I just want to talk to her, you know what I'm saying? But I want to tell her why.
Right, right. And I think that's very mature. A lot of men can't admit that sometimes they will lower their standards because they fear the woman leaving them. Right? They think that if I
Right.
bring this up, the confrontation is going to lead to everything being burnt down. Right? And it's very crippling. Right? Like you feel handcuffed. You don't even feel like yourself.
Yeah, but
You
then
feel
you
like
also kind of feel bad for them too. But, because you're holding them to a secret standard and it just don't feel fair. But then you feel trapped, like, because, you don't want to get hurt.
yeah. And there's the dichotomy of there's certain things that should be just expected to be known, like certain levels of respect or baseline for any kind of relationship, But, I think that you're right that if you're holding an unreasonable standard that hasn't been articulated, it does kind of put your significant other in a bad position. You're not setting them up for success, But things like going out with other guys, though, I don't think that's unreasonable. It's something that should be, it should go without saying, right? Does any guy up here disagree with that? That you think that your woman going out with other guys is something that needs to be articulated by you that you don't like?
Yeah.
Bro, I told my lady since high school, bro, way back. I told my wife, can't have no friends, no bad friends. We'll talk about that today.
Yeah, I
Yeah, my
promise
lady
we
don't
don't
have.
care. I promise
Yeah,
you.
What? Hey, JC, how old are you, bro?
that's
Goodness gracious,
you know,
bro. Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Yeah. I told my lady since high school she had a best friend that I met her with, and they don't talk to this day because I killed that relationship. It was over for that.
Did you kill her or she killed it?
Nah, I killed it. I told her she can't talk to him no more. It's either him or me. But like she used to go to his house and hang out. This is a fact. And I told her that
Yeah.
can't happen at all. In fact, I don't really want. Y'all can say hi to each other in
Yeah.
school, chop it up. Yeah, but it ain't no more long phone call conversations. And he ain't like that. And that was a wrap. And he a successful dude to this day. He live in Virginia. He own his own barbershop, and right now he opening for musicians. So he doing his thing. I'm saying it ain't no hate. Shout out to him, but he just that relationship had to end.
Yeah.
Ramon, right now, my cousin got 3 kids with a girl that she said that she had a best friend that used to play video games with him, and he in the house hitting it right now in the bed that he bought. My cousin bought. This is real
Shit.
talk. This is real talk. I could verify this. I could
I
get him on
believe
here on
you.
TikTok, and he could tell you that.
Yeah, bring him on. I
All
definitely want to hear that story.
right, I'm gonna
'Cause,
get him on.
yeah,
How often you gonna be doing this?
we're going to try to get to doing it once a week.
All right, the next time you have one, because he worked the same schedule, I'm gonna get him on here. I think men need to understand that it ain't no best
Right.
friends, because you never know.
Right.
Their platonic relationships between men, that stuff don't work, bro.
Yeah, and you
Dude want
you
to hit
gotta
it.
ask the question. You gotta ask that woman the question. What are you benefiting from this man that you're not getting here? Like when you guys are going out, what are you doing that you wouldn't be doing if I were there?
That's a fact. I'm not real talk. I'm gonna get my cousin to come on here and tell his story because
Yeah,
folks
for
need to hear
sure.
this.
Yeah, hey man, we gonna wrap. Hey Jay, you came through and made it dope today, man. Cartel, I appreciate you coming through and chiming in, and I really appreciated hearing from you, bro, on this topic. I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the debate that we have on the religious side a lot of times because it seems like people are too guarded. But I appreciated you being transparent and open, brother Cartel. And I think we do, more than anything, Jay, need to make sure brothers is sharing these stories and not just to have sob stories, but hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like let's change the narrative once and for all. Like I'm tired of going back and forth with this whole men versus women thing. Like, nah, like let's start holding each other accountable. Girls, stop this girl power thing. Stop, encouraging bad behavior, and men need to stop doing the same.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Next time I'm gonna be sharing stories because, again, I like the real life examples that
yeah,
happened around me. They may be
yeah. I'm,
anecdotal
I'm,
because, but
yeah, and
I
we
want to
need
share
them. We
some.
need them.
Nah, for sure.
I'm a
But I
shares man. I
talk.
gotta always check in with my wife before I share stories. But
Yeah,
like I'm gonna definitely be sharing stories. Because some names, like the name I spoke earlier, that's like a curse word in my house because my wife know the story.
It's a trigger for me.
Well, yeah, I got a sister by the same name and got the same type of personality. So yeah, but I
we're gonna get
appreciate
it
y'all
together.
coming
But
through, man. Yeah,
send
for
me the
sure.
live next time. Just let me know, and I'm gonna pop in and try to
All right, I'm
get
gonna
some
shoot
more.
you. You moderated here, right? You should get the recording too.
Yeah, I am. I am.
All right, love y'all, bro.
All right, take it easy, bro.
Peace.